Well, hello everyone, and welcome. I put that in the wrong one. Well, hello everyone, and I had the wrong presentation. Nope, that's not the right one. But anyway, but oops, I put that. There we go. Anyway, I hope you're doing all well. I'm trying to get the distance from my mic right because it seems like something's wrong with my mic. I may have to change. So a long while back, to kind of give context, I did kind of mess with my sound settings. It was more like trying to do filters, to be honest with you. Should have left it alone. But it certainly is going to be something I try looking at later because I don't know what's wrong with my mic. It really is just something that I messed with a long time ago, and for some odd reason, it just sounds off. Well, going out from studio, my guests seem to hear me all right, but when it's going out from studio, something's wrong there. I break stuff all the time. Hey, I hear ya. I hear you, sister. I don't know if I broke it. It was just sort of like one of those things. Uh, I'll do echo canceling and see if that helps. But like it's just one of those things where it's like it sounds all right to the people in studio, but when it goes out from studio, it sounds like a bunch of hoo ha. So I have to keep it like right there. Otherwise, I'm unsure how this tonight is gonna go. Oh man. But anyway, beyond the scope of all that good stuff, how are all of you doing today? It was nice to just take the day off yesterday because one, I didn't have anyone for today or yesterday, but the point of the matter is though is that I'm here to do a solo stream because I can, and the point is when you can, it is what it is. Fan freaking fantastic! There she is, right there. Fan freaking fantastic, or fan freaking tastic. Actually, I should read that better. Oh man, but it's not always I do a solo stream. Most of the time, I have other people on because there's so many people to talk to, and why not take up that opportunity to talk to so many people? Like, if you don't understand how jammed packed August is going to be, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I can't read or spell. That's not good. That's not good. When you say you can't read or spell, that's I hesitate. I hesitate strongly because of that remark. Bro, I can't read nothing. Nothing. Public school. Well, I don't want to say it's public school's fault. I just want to I just want to say we're gonna have fun tonight with that one. We're gonna have fun tonight, just cause you get to see me talk. You don't have to read anything if you don't want to. But yes, yesterday was nice to have off. It's always an interesting factor when you don't have to worry about setting up a stream. Although I did set this today's stream last night. But the point of the matter though is like when you don't have to set up a stream at all, and just like it's so freeing. Um, but I mean, it's still one of those things where I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to get to talk to anyone who's in chat or whatever, because their chat is all about where it will go, uh, or what it will be. To be honest, I always find that interesting when people have uh, when there are people out there who have a set stream. They have a set stream, or sorry, topic centered stream, and they have their things they're going to talk about and all this stuff. And I get it, right? I get it. But for me, it's sort of always been the joy of why I do this because I am not stuck to any one thing. I am free and open to talk about whatever. And you are all going to be part of that. You're going to be all my passengers in that vehicle. The vehicle of conversation. That's right, class. Repeat it again with me. Conversation. A little side quest. That's right. This lady knows what I'm talking. Oh, not that one. This lady knows what I'm talking about. Little side quest. I'm more of sees it like. I think I've described it before. I'm more of sees it like how, people say, "Oh, there's that trail that's already been tread," and all that stuff, which is true. Which is true. Conversation in the what of it is is nothing new. At least the understanding of like, oh, I know what a conversation is, blah 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 blah. But the part of it that I think people need to understand is that a lot of times people kind of gloss over in that regard of conversation. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I've slowly discovered I'm not the only one who does something of this stance. Right, there are the people that do like panel shows, but I can't do panels. I mean, I can do panel shows, but like I can either be on them or run my own, which is of course what Rumble Squared is. But in the regard of being on someone else's, I've learned that there's always that point of just I just gotta just be cool, right? Be cool. That's the first lesson is be cool. And not like be cool, like wear sunglasses and you're okay. More of like you have to hold yourself back a little bit, right? Because you're a guest in someone's house, right? You gotta act in accordance. If you don't act in accordance, sorry to tell you, someone's not gonna look favorably at the end. Like, what the fuck did you do that for? I was like, well, I didn't do anything. It's a whole problem. But the point of the matter is, though, is that I feel accord me. Well, I don't know what you're trying to say with that. But the the point of it is that I know that to some regard I'm not the only one who does something of like freestyle conversation, but I'm also not like I don't do the big panel stuff in that regard because of how a conversation can get lost within that regard. Now, it all depends on your host, right? Like, if you have a good host, they'll be able to direct, they'll give their guests space for a bit, and then they'll move along to the next thing if they have that. I don't know. It varies. It wildly varies. The point of the matter is, though, is that I have found this space where there are a lot of people to talk to, whether they are a content creator or not. It doesn't matter because status is irrelevant at the end of the day. It's just about are you willing to have a conversation about whatever. And so in that regard, in that regard, I've found this space where there are so many people, so many people. And again, I've had on over what let's see, a little over 365. I haven't count recently. I know it's over 365. That's the key. I have to go. I have to go and recount because I. So here's how I do it. Right. Here's how I do the count. I count someone's first time on DaraChat. I don't count as Rumble Squared. That's not. That doesn't count. But if they've been on DaraChat, for example, I count their first time, and then if they come back on a second time, then they have their own counter, right? Then, like from the second time onward, they have their own counter and all that stuff. And that's how I do it. That's how I've done it. There's no real special ordeal, I guess, but everyone does it differently. But I just do it this way because I find that um, giving giving people a one-on-one in that regard may be I don't know what's the word. Maybe a bit off, I would think, or at least it sometimes I think it feels like it's off for some people because they are um, unsure, anxious, all that stuff. But when it comes to that regard, I believe that giving people the space to speak on whatever can do a lot, and I don't know. That's just that's what I found works best for me, is doing the one-on-one or solo, doing the one-on-one and giving the people the space to be themselves in the regard of space and grace. You know what? That's the lady has it right there. Space and grace. Uh, someone's a staying and someone's a praying. But that's how I do it because I don't. like I've seen enough of even with Rumble Squared, it can get a bit chaotic. But like with other ones that I've seen, it's I don't know, it doesn't gel well, or I feel like it loses a piece of something in the regard of just having a conversation, right? And I don't know, there was it's just been a learning, trying to think of the words to say it. It's been a learning evolution, right? If that makes sense. A learning evolution. That's probably one of the weirdest things to say is it's a learning evolution. It's like what isn't that doesn't make any sense. It's just how it makes sense to me is it's a learning evolution. And you learn as you grow, basically. But um hey Mr. Rager. You too, good sir. You too. Thank you for coming by and saying hello. Glad to see you again, Mr. Rager, everyone. But yeah, I don't know. It just works. Hey, oi, what up? What up, pig boy? Nice to see ya. But it's just what it works. It's what I feel what it works because I don't know. I just can't do. Let me take that back. I like I said, I can be on other people's shows, and I have, and I enjoy bringing people on my shows, and I've done panel shows because of Rumble Squared and all that. However, it just big panel shows can kind of lose it. They can lose what is it? They can lose I'm trying to think how to say it. They can lose that thing uh where someone says something and it completely gets hogwashed by someone else in the panel, right? Like I've seen that. Like F&T is a pretty good Friday Night Tights for those who don't know. Like for Friday Night Tights, Friday Tights for those who don't know is very pop culture, all that stuff. But the thing about it is though is that their big panel stuff, sometimes they'll have a guest, and the issue of it is that guest is usually like in the center or whatever, depending on how many people they have. And sometimes those guests aren't talking at all, which is kind of the opposite of what you want to do. Now, that's not to say I haven't had people on who are a challenge in getting to speak, right? Because those exist. But the issue is that oh, what are you doing here? She's asking questions. What are you doing here? But the issue is that um, there will be people who are in that regard of a challenge in the conversation. Outside of Lama dancers. Lama Todd's? I guess it is Lama Todd's chat. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Deidre has it right. Too many cooks spoil the broth. And sometimes people love the chaos. Let's just be honest. Some people love the chaos. I get that. I really do. But for me, there's more you gain more out of giving people the space. Like Awesome Shrimp said, space and grace. And it takes a lot to make a stew. Oh man, but do I miss a good beef stew? Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna get hungry even though I ate. And then I had to brew. I don't know about that. That's starting to sound like a clowns taste funny, don't they? Don't they? If you're a cannibal, it doesn't matter. Everything tastes funny. Um, That's not good. That's not good at all. Um, but that's how I see it. That's how I do it. I've done it for the past I don't know how many people. Um, I won't say I haven't had my challenges because I have. I have had my challenges. I've even been blocked by a few people, which is the weird thing. It's like you have a few people on, right? Different people, sorry. You have different people on, and then a few of them out of the 300 something blocks you. And I'm just like, why? I don't understand that. I never truly got that part. That's why that's why I've never been hung up on those things like community and stuff because what is a community if but other people who at any moment can just say I don't like you and never say a word of why, right? Like I just never get it. I just never get it. Yeah, just mute instead. Yeah, because then they don't see anymore. I don't have to worry about it. But it's like I was blocked by one, and I was like, what? Why was I blocked? I can't. You can't really approach them. Deidre says, I used to like FNT, but I stopped a couple years ago. Oh, years back. Sorry. It got repetitive, and Gary could easily drop off those guys and have a better show. But I mean, I mean, they are still growing in numbers. Like, I'm pretty sure he's getting still big views, but it's like at a certain point, it was just, yeah. Well, and also I was mostly on the Rumble side, and they weren't paying attention to the Rumble side very much. So there was that part too, because I guess the system didn't work or whatever. It's a lot of variation in that regard. The blocking sounds like a them problem. Yeah, and I'll stick to that. It's just you always are left with the question of okay, why was I blocked? What it is? Because you always want to improve if you've said something wrong or have overstepped in some manner. Because there's sometimes you say something that can hurt somebody, and you never know. You never know if they don't say anything. But like, it's one of those things where I still look at this whole ordeal as an outsider because I still am an outsider to it. I still feel like an outsider to it. I've never belonged to the form of content creation. I just use it because it's what I do to some degree. And I'm not the best at it, let's be honest. I'm not perfect at it. If I was like I'm not making the best shorts in the world. I will say though, shout out to NGM for making my shorts. I did pay him, so don't anyone get wild out there. But he makes pretty good stuff, and it wouldn't have any other way because, as stated before in the past, he does see things that I miss, and he's a pretty good job at it. So I use him for that regard. However, whether or not those shorts get seen, that's a whole different ball game. I just, well, big, but at the end of the day, I just want them to get seen because all of you are important one way or another. Olo says still ironing out AV issues, but today's test stream is gone 7+ hours. Guests are playing music now while I make dinner. Hope your week's off to a good start. Well, I had yesterday off, so it was off to a good start. I enjoyed myself. I have been getting back into playing Pal World, of course. Although I've been playing other games as well because my Steam library is is large and I have no time to play much of any games at all. Um, but I will say I've done playing Pal World. I get more views than Rebel. Well, yeah, it just varies. It just varies. Some people get more views on YouTube or Twitch, whatever. It just the people's success on a platform varies. Um, what was it? Oh, and I've been playing a game called what was it? The game is called PC Simulator Building Simulator. Sorry, I bought that a while ago, and it's basically you. It's weird. You run like a PC company business, and you're diagnosing PCs, and you're building PCs, and you're fixing PCs, and all that stuff. And I mean, I built my own PC, but not to that extent. So it's been nice to kind of go back into that game because I've made. There were a few times where I forgot to put where I forgot to put the thermal paste back on the CPU and I got penalized for it. I got penalized. I got penalized for forgetting to put on the CPU, the thermal paste. I'm like, oh man, come on. Oh, I hate it. I despise it. Shrimp grids, those of us that don't belong actually belong together. Well, I like the idea, but I also in the understandability of it all, I need people to understand something. It's not like trying to be a distance thing, although there is that component too. It's the understandability that we're all human at the end of the day and we all have our biases, right? You can go online, you can see the teams, you can see the tribalism at work pretty much every day. And that's okay. Right? We're not gonna get rid of it. It's just a part of our human nature. My thing is like I like to pull back a bit and I like to see things I like to try to be away from that mess because a lot of the times you can get into the weeds of it and it'll be hard to get out or it'll just make your mess worse. And I've made my mistakes. All right, I'll be honest. I've made my mistakes, but at the end of the day, I'm not interested in being uh, team this or that because I'm going to tell you what. Sometimes either team is not the greatest, and you're at the end of the day, you're just your team. You're just your team, which is a funny way of saying it, but it's an understandability of going through this process of being a content creator. Again, I use the label for what it is rather than being sure of if that's what I am, because I'm sure someone out there is like, yeah, your channel's not doing so good because you aren't doing like step 3, 4, and 5 is like, and you're gone. Um, um, let's see. Yes, NGM, one of the great ones. Big Black says, if you look far enough, you can always find somebody who seems offended. Keep being you. Yeah, and that's true. Like, it does seem to some regard that, I mean, and of course, we have to understand that on social media, right? The other 50% of the body language and the voice and all the stuff strip away that part. Like, if someone reads a post, they're like, oh, so that's what that guy's means. When it's completely different, right? Like can be completely innocent and all that stuff, and you're just looking at the thing. Oh well, he's being a jerk. It's like no, not being a jerk, just trying to lay it out there. So it's kind of hard to read that on a social media post. You're like, oh, that guy's being a bit, or she's being a bit, and you have to remember to kind of take a step back from that. It's like, am I sure that they're being that? Maybe I should ask to clarify. Always good to ask to clarify. Always good to ask to clarify. Maybe you like that Blockbuster video game. I think it's called the 90s Rewind. They can't call it Blockbuster because that's a copyright thing, and I don't think they have the right to do that. So it's probably called the 90s Rewind or something like that. You manage a Blockbuster store. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't think it's called the Blockbuster game. Thanks for reminding me I have to redo the thermal paste my CPU. You're welcome. You're welcome. And I thought about getting a thermal pad, and that's a little pad you can put on there, but thermal paste is best. And it's always put a drop in the center. Now, I know some people do like different styles, which I guess we'll find up. How do we do dab a CPU, thermal paste on a CPU? Because it's some people will get it wrong right off the bat, and we need to be aware of good practices. Hey, Alaska Jeff, how are you? Nice to see you again, good sir. Let's see. Applying. Nope, that's not how I spelled thermal paste. Bingo. All right. Let's go to. What is there any pictures? Because if there's no pictures, we're not going to do this. Oh, here we go. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. I found an example of how to apply, and this is from Intel. Let's see. I was thinking of doing an X with a dot and the spaces. Yeah, I'm just looking that up, to be honest. Let's see. Ba-da-ba-do. Ba-da-ba-do. All right, here we go. I found this by Intel. So all you Intel lovers out there, you're welcome. Okay, here's what it says. Here's the info, all the info you need when it comes to thermal paste. What's it for, how to apply it to make sure your CPU or processor is properly cooled. Processor, CPU, it's still the brain of your computer at the end of the day. And if you delve in the world of PC building, who, I guess there's no like author for this. It's just Intel. Intel did this one. But let's see. Blah 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 blah. When working with a CPU, what do you need? When do you need to apply thermal paste? Thermal transfer material is used when installing any cooling solution. That includes air and water. Remember, there's water, not water, but there is liquid cooling. Don't forget that there is liquid cooling, but I don't trust liquid cooling because a pipe may burst, and it's not pretty. I'll just ask someone else to fix my computer and trade them chicken and dumplings. Young lady, you have a deal. Young lady, you have a deal. I would go to when I'm able to. I would go to like old no, it's Cracker Barrel, and they have some pretty good chicken and dumplings. Although my grocery store once in a while will do like soups and stuff that people can buy like during a period of time, and they have pretty good chicken dumplings too. Shaked on it, yeah. Oh, definitely. Too far away to try it though, but I bet you anything they taste so good, and you're making me hungry again. When do you need to apply thermal paste? When people think about thermal paste in the context of building a PC, they're probably referring to the process of installing a CPU cooler, which again is either liquid or air. And liquid is a bit bigger than air. Although I do have a bit of a chunk of an air CPU thing, but again, it depends on how you want to go about it. The thermal solution already integrated. When you buy a graphics card, for example, the thermal solution already integrated, you don't usually have to worry about installing a cooler into GPU unless you are interested in aftermarket solutions like custom liquid cooling, which I have seen some people do, to be honest. I've seen people do. I'll ask me, Jeff, with the price of chickens these days, it's a pretty good deal. Agreed. They are decent. I make my grandma's. It's game changing. Lady, you have yourself a deal. Have yourself a deal. If I can't fix it, well, I'll find somebody else to help you fix it for you. With CPU cooler, you have the option to choose the one you want, but that means you'll usually need to install it yourself. Which always be careful, because if you damage your CPU, now if you damage your CPU, you have to buy another one, and those are a chunk of change. All right, they're a little over $100 for some. Always get from the source. Never buy third party. I had that happen to me once, where I bought through Amazon, and it must have been through third party, and it later on down the road conked out. So it was not a fun time. It was not a fun time. Terms you need to know. That's right, kids. If you're not sure of what the computing terms are, this is for you. This is for you. In order to properly explain how thermal paste functions, it's worth defining some of the terms we will be using. Central Processing Unit, or CPU. Don't you just love it how we can say long and endearing sentences, and we can just shorten it down to like the first letter of everything, almost, right? POC, person of color, right? You just POC or whatever. POTUS, President of the United States of America. We just did the POTUS, right? You hardly hear anyone say President of the United States anymore unless it's formal. There's that. But the information processing center of a PC, basically, it's the brains of your computing system. It executes all operational instructions and sends instructions to the other hardware in the computer. If the computer is a body, then the CPU is the brain. The brain. The brain. And it is absolutely critical to the functioning of any PC. Modern CPUs execute a high volume of operations per second, or OPS for short. Ops, or ops for short. Ops for short. Where was I at? And this generates heat. And true, it does generate a lot of heat. So when you hear about the AI stuff, right? All those GPUs make a lot of heat. That's why you hear the stuff about the water or air cooling. Usually it's water that's used because it can quickly take away the heat from the item, but they do generate a lot of heat. I wonder if they'd ever use that heat to cook with. That would be interesting to if you could take the heat from the AI stuff and put it through a system where you could collect the heat or use the heat for cooking. Someone better come up with that. Laskman Jeff says, "Hey, money is having trouble with inflation, not letters. I'll use the full words instead of the abbreviations. Hey, shut your ops." Everybody's computer running ops. Yep, that's true. Now you heard it here first. Every computer is running ops. In order for a CPU to operate at peak efficiency, it needs to be properly cooled, usually with a cooling apparatus designed just for this purpose. So again, air or liquid. This is where thermal paste becomes important. If you'd like to learn more about how CPU is made, you can read more about the manufacturing process. That would be it. Actually, you know what? How is the CPU made? We'll get there later. We'll get there later. We'll get there later. Don't run ahead of me. Integrated heat spreader. Integrated heat spreader. What is that? IHS. Look again, IHS right there. The metal lid of the CPU. This serves as a heat sink designed to distribute the. Oh, okay. I think I know what they're saying. So you have this CPU, right? And on the bottom, CPU made by aliens, basically, at this point. On a CPU, you have the pins on the bottom, right? So you have the pins on the bottom. Don't bend those, otherwise it's going to be very difficult and you're going to destroy a CPU. But at the very top, you have that silvery top, right? And it usually has like a bunch of the stuff from the company like AMD or whatever. Well, on the top, that silver top, I think is what they're talking about. It's what the I wonder if I can zoom in more. Yeah. So that silvery part is the heat sink, and the thermal paste is what can be put on top to distribute that through a medium. So again, basically, you have the CPU, you have thermal paste, the medium, and then you have the CPU cooler, whether it be liquid or a fan, basically. This is the part of the CPU that is still exposed after being installed on the motherboard and is the surface to which you apply thermal paste. Yeah, CPU cooler, the device that keeps. Yeah, so that's like a big fan or liquid base plate, the metal base of an air cooler that attaches the IHS of the CPU. So basically, you have the CPU, right, total. Then you have the IHS, then thermal paste on top IHS, and that connects to the base plate of the air cooler. We're learning so much today, kids. Learning so much. Water block, the apparatus that attaches to IHS when using an all-in-one, an AIO liquid cooler or custom cooling loop. Now, I have seen people who make liquid customs, but I always worry that they'll break, right? They'll leak, and you don't want that stuff getting on there because it can damage your stuff. I've seen components who have like a antifreeze liquid cooling or whatever. It's not pretty. Alaska Man Jeff says, just got another Rumble AI ad. It was a grandma telling me to don't skip the important message about the benefits of. Well, I don't know. I don't trust AI grandma. Well, AI grandmas let you know breakfast is important. Aliens, you see them when you need the ambulamps. You know what? I'm gonna give that to you. I'm just gonna give that. Shrimp and grits made it. You just took it to another level. Congratulations, teacher. It transfers heat from IHS as a heat transfer fluid, which then relocates that heat to be distributed by fans at a radiator. A radiator. So like the same thing in your car, right? Car has a radiator, has a put coolant in and all that stuff. A lot of things need to be cooled, including me. Thermal paste, a silvery gray substance that you apply to a processor before installing a cooling solution. That's for efficient. Now, see, I will say this: it's not all of it is silvery gray, though. I have seen ones where there's a copper one. I believe there's a copper one. So let's see. That is. Why do you need thermal paste? CPU cooler base plate, thermal paste, and CPU. Important important preparation for thermal paste applications. Nice. Let's see. A few things before, make sure your CPU is clean. That means using rubbing alcohol to clean it. They say isopropyl, but rubbing alcohol works fine. So be mindful of that. All right. Let's see. Clean it off. Now again, I have seen some coppery thermal paste, so it's not all silver in that regard. Okay, you do a dot. I know they do dots. In case you shouldn't need to reply more than once every few years, though you should replace your paste if you remove your cooler for any reason. You may also want to consider reapplying thermal paste if you find your CPU temperatures are climbing. If in doubt, consult the thermal paste manufacturer and follow their recommendations. So there's all that stuff right there. I know, boring, but it's interesting. I swear I've... Hey! Hold on. Oh, thank you, Shrimp and Grits. Thank you so much. Hold on. And all shrimp and grits. All shrimp and grits. All right, shrimp and grits. There you go. Thank you, young lady. Much appreciated. Look at that. Much appreciated. You're a rising star, Broheim. I don't know if this is Broheim or Broheim. Have a good one. Enjoy your dinner. DFF, how's it going, DFF? Hope you're doing well. Nice. Let's see. I swear I've seen something about different types of thermal paste. Is it all silvery? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Hey, there. All right. I think you need to bring back up. There we go. Found it. There are 7 common types of thermal paste, each varying in thermal conductivity, electrical safety, and application difficulty. The primary categories include silicone-based, metal-based, liquid metal, ceramic-based, carbon-based, diamond-based, and phase change compounds. Now that's something I've not heard of. Silicone-based pastes are low cost and electrically safe, making them ideal for general CPUs and laptops. Ceramic-based options use oxides like zinc oxide. They are also non-conductive and suitable for budget builds, though they offer low thermal performance. Metal-based pastes contain microparticles of silver, copper, or aluminum, providing higher conductivity for gaming PCs by carrying a risk of electrical conductivity if applied carelessly. Wow, that's rough. That is rough. Carbon-based paste balance performance and safety, offering high stability and zero electrical conductivity, making them excellent for most enthusiasts. Diamond-based pastes utilize diamond powder for superior heat transfer in high-end workstations, though they are expensive. Liquid metal paste, often gallium-based, offer the highest thermal conductive for extreme overclocking, but are electrically conductive, difficult to apply, and can corrode aluminum heat sinks. Phase change materials remain solid until heated, then liquefy to fill gaps, which is particularly effective for laptops and small form factor builds. Okay, all right. I do want to look up the diamond based ones. How much is a diamond based thermal paste? Let's see. Matrix levels diamonds exceptionally intrinsic thermal conductivity, which is funny because when you think about a diamond is nothing more than a piece of coal scrunched together with high heat and high pressure. You know, Superman can make a diamond. I know a guy who did an oil cooling system for his PC, took gallons to do. Then he made it look like a fish tank, and it seems to have worked well. Actually, we have the opportunity to look that up. I want to do a look that. But this is the diamond-based thermal paste, which I do want to. By weight, so these have to be like hundreds of dollars. Then, no way is this going to be like $50. No way. Diamond pastes are engineered to resist pump-out effects and thermal degradation, lasting 3 to 4 times longer than standard retail thermal compounds. Unlike liquid metal, most diamond thermal pastes are electrically non-conductive and non-capacitive, making them safer for general consumers. Application: they are used in high-power semiconductor cooling, including CPUs, GPUs, power modules, and aerospace electronics, where heat fluxes exceed 100 W/cm squared. I don't know what that means. Don't know what it means. Oh man. Let's see. How much is one? Well, they don't say. Thermal. Oh, thermally conductive pad. Okay. But it doesn't say how much one is. Let's see. Each tube of icy grease contains 7 carats of micronized diamond. Oh, come on. That's not gonna be cheap at all. Charges the wazoo for diamonds. Bully. That was probably centimeters centimeters squared. I got it. Okay. Yeah, the cm squared, centimeters squared. But where is the price for one of these? Oh, $20. Whoa, wait a second. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. Oh. Out of stock. Oh, come on. Seriously? They can't. Oh gosh. This is awful. They're out of stock. Thermal. Hold on. I'm going to find it. Where can I find some? I'm going to find diamond paste. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Diamond thermal grease. Well, I mean, even look at that. Like, that's not $15 is nothing. What? Let's see. Yeah, diamond particles. Whoa. Liquid metal. Not going to do liquid metal just because of the gallium thing. Not interested. Let's see. High performance overclocking. Meeting all requirements. Wow. Okay. So diamond. So basically, diamond is the best without it being electrically conductive. I wonder if there's more. Give me diamond. No. Diamond based thermal. All right, that's the one we saw. What? Nano diamond. That's $6. What the heck? Why are they talking about being expensive as heck? Oh, I don't get that. Mines zinc oxide. There was one where I saw where it was copper, but like if diamond is the better version, I'd rather get the diamond because I've used like the regular old thermal paste. Wonder which one would be nope. Ultimate performance. Trying to find, well, we'll just go with that one. I don't need it to be like overclocking. I just want to use the best thermal paste out there. I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, you don't. That's overkill. You don't need that." It's like, well, fudge that. I'd like to keep my computer cool. Can I not do that? Can I not do that? Okay. Alaskan Jeff says, I just learned that the Dune movie logo is using character from Native Alaskan Canadian Inuit tribes, Dune. There you go. Now you know. Now you know. Let's see. Long-lasting protection formulated to withstand high temperatures and vibration. This 3G2 provides durable cooling for years of use to help components last. So this needs to effectively coat surfaces for optimal contact. Its non-conductive properties prevent shorts or damage during use. That's the key right there. Preventing damage from shorts. Let's see. That's pretty much it. I'd take it. I'd use it. But I'd have to need like a reason to get it. Oh man. We're gonna be going through my shopping list sometime today. The best thermal paste is gold. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Been those shapes and syllabics before. The best thermal paste is gold. Gold. It's gold. Gotta love good old Austin Powers gold member. Here's Faja. You're smoking a pancake. Smoking a pancake. Oh man. But yeah, no, definitely look at that. But yeah, the game itself I was talking about is a PC building simulator. And I wonder if I can find at least a show. Nope. Because I know they have like DLC to it too, but I just, nah. There we go. Oh. Ooh, wow. Excuse me. I think I have two. Do I have two? I have one. So I don't have two. Dang it. Don't have two. Hold on. No, not yet. Not yet. I want to show. Let's do this theme one. This is the one I have. All right. Can you load in? Can you just load in? Load in. Load in. Load in. Okay. Can you? No. Yeah, I have this one. Can't just. There we go. Thermal paste is important, but nothing compared to the fan radiator that you choose. Well, that's why I have air. I know many like the liquid kind, but my problem is like if you get a leak in your liquid, oh boy, it's not water, but it's not good either if it gets on your stuff. So you always have to be careful. Let's see. But this is the game I'm talking about right here. PC building simulators. PC with going broke. I love that. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Basically, this is the game I have. I do know there's a 2. It was just but this is the only one I have right now. And it's pretty interesting in getting to resolve and all that stuff. I don't know if it makes me any better in making a PC or solving computer problems, but one can hope. One can hope. Last comment just says, have it ready for 10 years, haven't had one problem. Well, as much as I'd like to count your only experience, I can't just count your experience. Let's see. Yep. The game's partnered with like a bunch of different what do they call that, like AMD and all that stuff, the different companies that make computer parts basically. Oh man, hold on. I do like that one though. I have a square case, but I do like that type of case. There's one called like Height, HYTE, that's sort of like it has like one panel's like an LED sort of thing where like if you can put an image or stuff on it. I like that. That is pretty awesome. But you probably have to have a high power CPU for that. Whoa, okay, hold on, what was that? Okay, that one was weird. I've never seen that one before. That one is a weird one. Because it looks like actually like one has the motherboard, one has the power supply, and one has just fans. I've not seen that one yet. Oh wow, look at those cases. Ooh, official partners. That's right, official partners. Yep. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Brand new features. What is that? Custom water cooling. Meh. Not too interested in that. That's crazy though. And here's another thing too. Not just that. There's also the RGB people, right? They like the color, right? You have the RAM is RGB. You have fans that are RGB. You have motherboards that are RGB. Heck, you have the CPU cooler being RGB at some point. Like, it's crazy how many people love that regard. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have one in my case that's red because red is my favorite color. But it's a Corsair. It's a Corsair one, which I've heard is pretty good for fan. Noctua is pretty good for fans as well. I've heard. And I have a few customized cables. I don't care about customized cables. I just want to plug in cables. Overclocking, I'm not interested in overclocking. I know I have that option with my computer, but I've never been interested in overclocking because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you have to overclock your system in order to get better performance, then just get a higher system so you don't have to overclock, because overclocking has its own dangers, and if your system can't handle it, like, yeah, it's just I don't get it. I don't get it. Whoops. Run your own PC workshop. Now that's the nice part though, is that you get to run your own PC workshop. You get to solve people's problems, you get to do all that stuff. Not sure. Yeah, exactly. Like, overclocking destroy your PC for no reason. So why overclock? I know people do it for, better graphics or whatnot, but like, why overclock when you can just build a better system that can handle it and doesn't have to be overclocked? Like my computer, there's certain games it can't handle, sure, but like, I'm not gonna play those type of games. Maybe I'll play Power World on a higher resolution or something like that. But like, at the end of the day, though, I don't need to play like high-end games to for my computer. It just doesn't make sense. And so for some people, I get it, but like, overclocking, I don't know. Overclocking seems more for enthusiasts of making a computer rather than anything else. And I've built my own PC, but I'm not like that kind of enthusiast. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense after a while. Like, if you want a better system, then build a better system. Don't be constrained by the parts you have and all that stuff. Oh yeah, dust that up. Look at that. Viruses. Learn to build with step-by-steps. Ooh, that is pretty fun though. You can learn, create with unlimited parts in free mode. Okay, that would be interesting. Now again, obviously, of course, whether it translates one-to-one in real life, you have to remember that these parts cost a lot of money. A lot of money. And so when you get a system, I've never heard of overclocking a machine working only the times that it burns the PC parts. Yeah, like, it doesn't make any sense. But like, yeah, these parts, the highest parts I've found for a computer are, one is the CPU. Graphics card is the highest. I think CPU is after that, and then the OS, right? Unless you use like a free one like Linux, whatever, then it doesn't cost you. But if you use like Microsoft, that can cost you a little over $100. But once it's yours, it's yours. So there's that. Cool. Ooh, I like that open one. It's just easy to escape there. Some of those cases look cool though, to be honest. Claudiukis. Claudiukis. I like it to kiss. Oh, what? 3D Mark? Oh, wow. So it does exist. So it's not just in the game. It's actually a real thing. Oh, it's $30. Never mind. I just don't care. I don't care. But yeah, really great game to play, at least for me. And learn to build a PC. Oh, that would be a pretty good part. Most novice user. Oh man. Wonder. Mm. Mm. Maybe next time. But yeah, like this game. I know there's number 2 out. Let me see about number 2. Is it much different than number 1? No. PC Simulator. Is it not like 2? Okay. All right. Well, I guess it's not here. I know it's on Epic Games. Let's see. PC. PC building. Oops. There we go. I don't know what they did with this one, but it looks a lot nicer. Once it's yours, said everyone before a subscription model is introduced. Well, yeah. Even before a subscription model, like, there's still that iffiness of if it's yours or not. Like it's like once the part's done with, is the part still yours at a certain point? Like you recycle it. Once you give it up, you give it up. All right, Epic Games is where the second one is. I haven't played that one. Not that I. Oh, hello. Okay. This one's interesting. This is for 2. So we saw 1. Here's for 2. Can I get this? There we go. Building PCs. Wow, it looks a lot nicer. Next level. PC building 2. Go deeper. Wow. Whoa, okay, so you can actually take care of the graphics cards like that. Interesting. RAM buddy. Okay, hold on. What's a RAM buddy? Anti-static. I did not know that was a thing. I'm learning a lot just by looking this stuff up. I hope you know that. Like some of the stuff I didn't even know. Go faster. I'm gonna turn it down just a little. Ooh. Look at that. Wow, okay. Yeah. Bring it. Yeah. Rainbow. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. That's crazy. And export your builds. Nice. Now I really gotta get this. Ugh. Our gaming is dumped enough. Ugh. Alright, I'm done with that. I am done showing computer stuff. Hey, what up, man? Music? What up? Nice to see you, good sir. But yeah, so there's for that. But let me tell you, man, it becomes apparent how much time you have once you're playing a game. Right? I tried getting into the, I'm trying to do the Pal World thing and then playing that game I showed you. Your time starts washing away with that regard. And I'm like, I'm sort of all right with Pal World, but and sort of not. So don't judge me for that one. I'm no expert here, but my PayPal world. Don't ask. But anyway, do. Don't ask. All right, let's see. It is a little past the top of the hour. All right, let's get that there. Nope, I pressed the wrong button. Right. All right. Well, everyone, like I just said before, it is the top of the hour, and so what happens is that when I have a guest, or if it's just me, I set aside some time for myself or for my guests to promote the stuff. And of course, I. You know the drill of the stuff I promote, but I'm gonna still do it anyway. So whether you're on the Rumble side, YouTube side, or any of the sides, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment, follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated, because not only does it help in being seen more, like like a majority of content creators want to be, it also helps having other people on, like Alaskman Jeff, like DFF, like so many of the people. Again, I had over well, big block maybe one day, but I've had on over 365 various guests. Oh no, that's Friday. That's my Friday. Yours, her Saturday. So it was a bit of a piece of confusion, because she thought she was coming on her Friday. I was like, no, and I got confused too. I was like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. But then I realized it's like she's ahead of me. So like when I say my Friday, that means her Saturday, because she's just that far ahead. So when I say um 8 p.m. Friday, that means it'll be like noon, I believe, noon her time. So that's where it's at. But yeah, she'll be coming on Friday. So no worries there. Just got a bit confused about the daytime thing, but we sorted that out, and so she's still coming on. But anyway, any help with the engagement factor is much appreciated, whether you're at Rumble, YouTube, or any of the places I stream to. Any help with the likes, comments, all this stuff is much appreciated, because not only is helping being seen more, but also helps having other people on, uh, like my previous 365 guest. Uh, Again, I talk to all sorts of people, creator or not. I don't care about status. Status means nothing at the end. I just care about if you're willing, if you say yes, and have a conversation through that. Yeah, well, I know she's been on with Anjanette before, so there's something to look forward to. But anyway, but here's my link thing right there. Right there, that's my streamer's link. Now, big shout out to Tomby. He just dropped the first a public download of Dojo, which is his sort of Discord killer. So if you've never heard of Tomby, he's making a business out of all this stuff, the streamer stuff, where there'll be like the streamers thing, and then the Nexus, which will have all the different proprieties. I believe he's working on both Dojo and panels, which will be his sort of similar to EV Mugs, I guess. I think I'm not too sure. It hasn't come out yet, so I don't know. But I'm looking forward to them, because if the panels thing works greatly, and even if I have to pay a little bit, I would definitely go. And if it works well, works much better than Rumble Studio, then I'm definitely going to start using that, because there's no reason for me not to use the better tools, because Rumble Studio still has a ways to go. So we're gonna leave it at that. But anyway, anyhow, you'll find all my stuff here. You'll find all the places to support and whatnot. Anything that helps with that engagement factor, again, is much appreciated. So thank you, and thank you, Mano. Thank you, much appreciated, Mano. Let's see. And of course, I do promote a few things before we continue on a bit. Now, I do use these two things in different ways. The first way, of course, is Proton. Now, if you don't know what Proton is a privacy-focused company, and they've built this ecosystem of privacy encrypted stuff where you get mail, you get Proton Drive, Proton Pass, all that stuff. Those are encrypted for sure, so they can't see your stuff even. Um, but I use all of it. I pay for like the unlimited plan or Proton Unlimited or whatever, and so I get those features, whatnot. But I promote it to other people. I tell them you can make a free account. I don't care. All I care about is putting this tool in your hands, so that way I know that you're. Hey, you too, Deidre. Have a good one. See you like next time. Um, but yeah, so VPN, Proton VPN. I'm using it right now, in fact, while I am streaming. So smooth sailing from there. But however, you can go to that link. It'll tell you more information because usually people are like, oh, what does that? What more does it entail? I don't got all the bits in my head. You go to that link right there, and you'll see all more information. You'll also see the ability to choose free or paid parts of the Proton VPN. But at the end of the day, you decide, because I'm just trying to put this tool in your hand because I use it and trust it and all that stuff. So, um, link is right there. And yeah, I've always tried to promote Proton its many facets because I believe in what they do and they believe privacy is a human right. So if you believe in that too, they're worth checking out. The next thing I promote, of course, last thing I promote is, of course, Biltong USA. That's right. I've actually had the owner on. His name is Anton. Great dude. Him and his wife run the business down in Sunset, Texas, by the way. But you go to the link right there. It'll show you biltong, which is a South African snack that is air dried cured meat. And getting to have Anton on is always a treat. But it was just nice to have someone, because I've talked to a few people who are from South Africa, and so getting to have him on talking about doing this and all that stuff has been incredible. And so if you want to go support a family American-made business, that's a pretty good start. And yeah, and they're in Sunset, Texas. So if you're near that area in Texas, might be worth stopping in. But I know some people say they live too far away. So there is that. But anyway, links right there, and you can use code Dara. Sorry, you can use code Dara to save yourself 10%. And who doesn't love to save a little money? I mean, come on. I dislike when I had to spend $70 for this hat. Okay, that's how distasteful it was. I had to spend $70 for this hat. You think I enjoyed that? It is not. It is not a fun time. Okay, not a fun time. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Let's see. Hey! Hello, Lisa on Kick. Nice to see you as well. Hold on. Oh, sweet. Boom. Yep. Send that too. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't see your thing, Lisa, because I'm using Social Stream Ninja, and I don't have that connected to Rumble Studio. It'd be nice if Rumble Studio would be allowed to connect it to like Kick stuff, but yeah, let's not worry about that. Shouldn't have taken up needlework. I'm not gonna take up needlework just to save myself some money. Come on, leave that to the professionals. I'm gonna hurt myself more than anything else. Don't give me that. Come on. But yeah, it cost me around $70. But no, it's I like my hat, so there you go. But yeah, it was around 70-ish bucks. They did give me a discount on the wording, right? But that was a one-time ordeal. So I'm like, if I get it next time, I'm like, man, I just like it. But also the place I bought it from, they do have stores near here in the mall. They have some store area in the mall here, and I may just go do that instead of having to buy online, because I'll save myself some money in the sending it to me thing. Because no, nope, not gonna have that happen. Let's see. Yeah. Oh man. But what? There was something getting me. Oh yeah. Just as a reminder, I have put out the Rumble Squared. So the 19th Rumble Squared is out. You can read it on X or Pickaxe, whatever which works best for you. Never, Mano, never, never, never put a mouth on it. Guys would never let me live it down. Never. Just like when people say, "Hey, look, it's the Hat of Doom." It's not the Hat of Doom. It's the hat. It's questions from a hat, not the Hat of Doom. Oh my gosh, some people, man. But what was I at? Son of a biscuit. Grr. Forgot what it was. Hat. Yes, hat. I can get it store. Probably much cheaper to get it store than pay for shipping to me. Shoot, I just just had it too. Oh, that's right. That's right. The Rumble Square, the 19th episode of Rumble Squared's data is out. All my guests that came on out of the booth. No. Rumble. Yeah, it's another place I stream to, Mano. So to give people an idea what I'm talking about, give me a second. Hold on. I need to get to that point. Okay. Oh snap. All right. So let's see here. Share. Yes, share. Oh, there we go. So this is from the 19th episode of Rumble Squared. Why do I have? There we go. This is from the 19th episode of Rumble Squared. I brought some people on. They gave their feedback and all that stuff. And so I just kind of collect that. And so this was from like a 2.5 hour stream. But at the end of it, I condense it down to this because people need something to say, be like, oh, I don't feel alone anymore and all this stuff. And that's why I do it, is because I don't do it for Rumble anymore. They lost that years ago when they stopped replying back. This is just for the users and creators in the platform who are like, oh man, I can't believe I'm the only one experiencing this problem or something of that similar nature. Well, not really. Not really. Oops. Let's see. I gotta go find the picture. All right. So this is, of course, naming all the people in. Of course, Corey or Gamer Dad, Uncle Martin, Schleppy, Sacred Sage, Fanatic Gaming, Colton. All that stuff was a great time. Now, usually I start off with the first question, which is 3 positive experiences, because it's not all throwing lightning bolts at Rumble. There are some good parts to talk about, but at the end of the day, though, there is a form of needed accountability because Rumble kind of lags behind of where it needs to be. So you got this, like Uncle Martin, instant viewer growth Rumble while YouTube stayed flat. So you got that. Schleppy community, all that stuff is right there. I've already posted this publicly, but I'm just trying to quickly go through. So this is question number 2, technical and support issues. Kick from creative programs, self troubleshooting is hard, Google surfaces everything but the answer. True. And all that. And of course I'm right there. Hello. Of course I'm right there. Hello. All right. And then the next page is wish list stuff. So basically what people wished would be on the horizon of Rumble, algorithmic front page and all that stuff. And it's basically just kind of naming, keeping in line with what was asked or answered within each question. And then going from there. And then the last one, of course, is the takeaway, the combination of it all, really. I don't know why it's not putting out so well. Hold on. When you talk a lot, your throat dries out. Nope, not that. There we go. So this is the high and low points. This is basically the culmination or synthesis of what pretty much everyone was saying, trying to find the commonalities. What 6 creators' answers add up to when you put them side by side? Basically that. High point, the community unanimous. Every single panelist named community as a positive. The only answered all 7 shared. Only answered all the 7 shared. It even fixes support. It even fixes what support can't. Fnatic's month-long studio problem was solved by a community tip, and Corey got mentored in streaming by another creator, which was Wolfamine, I think he said. High point. Day one earnings still delivers. Rants and gifted subs from day one came up across the panel. Veterans and the 2 months newcomer alike. Credit where due. Canvas 2.0 impressed, and one panelist got 10-minute support replies, which I believe Colton was. But at the end of the day, though, I don't count singular experiences as that's what's going on. Usually, it's a split between, and I think that's what's here. Low point. Support is a flip coin, which is very true. The same system gave one creator instant help and left another waiting 7 months for any explanation at all. Ghosted tickets, cookie cutter replies, and unfinished threads came up independently from 4 panelists. So basically, the 7 months thing, I believe, is Schleppy because he got kicked out of the creator program and he wasn't told why, which is a no-no. You should, as a platform, you should be able to tell somebody why they got shut out or why they got taken out of the whatever program. That should be able to really define and say, these are the reasons, have a good day. He didn't get that. And that's a problem. Low point. Nobody could find anybody. Discoverability was raised unprompted by nearly everyone. Years-long streamers invisible even to people actively looking to raid. And payout capacity and 2-week waits, and the pattern is the same. The platform's plumbing lags its promises right there. The hype does not match reality. The platform's plumbing lags its promises. Lags its promises. All right, and the bottom line, the people are the product's best feature and its most underserved users. Creators keep showing up for each other. The question is whether the platform will meet them there. I did notice that Mally Mouse had made a video and Rick had responded. And it was nice in that regard, but I want to see results. I want to see the result of, okay, so we heard you that one time. Here's the results of B. We heard you of A, and now here's the result B. I'd like to see that more. Instead of saying coming soon or almost there, or no, just bring it out. Just bring it out. Stop teasing, all right? You're not doing yourself any favors if you just keep teasing. You keep hyping up, and it comes to laying flat, which doesn't help. But anyway, that was Rumble Squared, the quick version. Again, that data is put out there publicly for everyone to see. I know some of you have liked it and retweeted and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's about giving people, what is that? It's about giving people a way to say, I'm not alone anymore in that regard. And they are. And that's the point. That's the point. Because I'm tired of some people that we want to help the platform. Oh well. Who builds the platform? Oh, but I did want to show this off. Again, shout out to Tomby for making it. Let's see. So this is the first. Well, it's not the first iteration, but this is one of the things Tomby is going for. And window to the wall. So this is Dojo. This is Tomby's thing that he's making. I haven't really used it yet, but basically it's going to be his version of a Discord killer. You can go to streamers and download it for free, I believe, but I don't know if you have to have an account or not. But it is It is pretty interesting. The one I'm waiting for again is panels because that's supposed to be similar to Closed Dojo. That's supposed to be similar to, oh crap, EV Mux. That's right. It's similar to EV Mux. So I'm looking forward to that one and testing that one out because if it is better than Rumble Studio, then I'm just gonna drop Rumble Studio because there's no reason to use something inferior when there's something more superior out and it doesn't cost me an arm and leg to do it, which I don't think it will, but I don't think it'll be totally free either. So there's that balance, right? He's trying to make a business out of it, but supporting him would be much better. So there's that. But yeah, it was Saturday was certainly an interesting time with a lot of the people, right, coming on and all that stuff, giving their feedback and whatnot, and I'm appreciative of it. Appreciative of it. So there's that. Let's see what. There was something else, if I can remember it. See, that's the part. A thought pumps in my head, like, got it. Come back later. Son of a bitch, I don't got it. You dirty son of a bitch, you forgot again. Oh, man. I dislike it. I dislike it. OBS doesn't cost you. Yes, but if you're not like tech savvy or whatever, you're gonna have a tough time with it as well. Like it requires more work out of you. I'd rather have just something that like works instead of me have to do like scene here, scene here, scene here, all this scene stuff here. I'm just like boom, boom, done. Like that's I'd like the click and go scenario. I don't need OBS is for people who are very more technically inclined. I can make my own PC, but I'm not technically inclined for OBS. It doesn't matter to me. I've used OBS a few times and like it was just I had to have a plugin in order to multi-stream to different places. Like shouldn't that already be in there as an automatic thing? Like that would be much better than it have to be downloaded as a plugin. Like what is this? So it is what it is. Yeah, OBS is free. There are other free ones out there. Like I think Meld is free, Atom is free, Prism is free, I believe, to a degree. There are many free ones, but I don't know them all by name. I know a few. But again, OBS is for the more technically inclined who want to have more depth control. And I don't need depth control. I just need simplified control. Gotta have that simplified control because I want it. I want to be able to do my show without having to be complicated to get it started. Okay. Otherwise, it ain't worth it. Otherwise, it ain't worth it. Um, but yeah, it's even I mean Tommy uses OBS, but I think with EV Mux it allows you to do more, and I think he has done more with it. But with the regard of building your own broadcasting software and oh man, and it having being better than the competition out there, I don't know why not. I don't know why not. Let's see. There wasn't really anything. I didn't even go see a movie because there wasn't really much to do on the weekend. It was not much to do on the weekend, to be honest, other than enjoy it. Always enjoy the weekend. But let's see. You know what? I better check my other stuff. There we go. Oh my goodness, I almost thought I missed someone. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it there for today because I'm already at that point. And but I did get to enjoy spending time with all of you because you're all awesome. All right, just remember that. You guys being here, whether you stayed from the whole thing or whether you joined in for a little bit, I'm glad to get to have you here just to chat about whatever because that's what DaraChat's about. It's about chatting about whatever because I don't give a flying fudge about topic-centered shows. I will be a part of them. I will, if I'm asked, I'll give my opinion on something if I know it. But beyond that scope, I don't give a flying fudge, and that makes me freer than a free bird. There you go. A Leonard Skinner drop down as a free bird. Free bird, free bird, free bird. Goodness. But yeah, so I'm going to call it there. Like I said, all my links and stuff down in the description below. Any help with the engagement factor on any of the platforms I'm on is much appreciated. I have been trying to upload shorts when I have the free time, but at a certain point I get like, and I don't want to do them. I don't. I try. I really try with them. So the tomorrow. Sorry, I have to look at my other calendar because I haven't written it down on my. Let's see. What do we got? So tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will get to have on Jimmy D. Now, I once was invited to his show, I believe, but I think things fell through, and so it just didn't happen. However, I'll get to have on my show, so whatever we talk about, it will be glorious, it will be wonderful, but it will be freeing. It will be freeing. So it'll always be free. It's free. I know, duh. It's free. It's a freeing conversation, and I'll be glad to see you all there. But I'm also glad that you guys are here as well, with or without a guest. I don't care. All I care about is getting to chat with you about whatever. Free. That's right. It is free. You can just pick it up off the ground, and it will be free. Amen to that. But that's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and of course. I would do question from a hat, but I'm not going to because actually, you know what? I'll do one. I'll do one because all shrimp and grits paid for a Rumble rant, so I might as well do the paid one. All right. Usually, if I didn't have anything, I'd go with it or just do one or two, but I'm gonna do. Let's see. What is the question that I got? There we go. Question is, if your content were a cocktail, what would it be called and what are its ingredients? Now, first off, I don't drink alcohol in any sense of the word. I'm not a drinker by any sense. I was offered wine on my 21st birthday, but I didn't accept it. I'm just like, wine and beer have smelled like, wine, beer, and spirits smell like horse piss to me, so it makes no sense for me to even try to drink it because all I'm going to think about is being like, why am I drinking horse piss? Why am I smelling horse piss? It really is what it is. Alcohol's and I've seen one too many times where people have a form of moderation and then they go over the line and then moderation becomes like it becomes a saying citizen. And someone gets hurt. But yeah, I'm not a drinker. But to regard this, if it was a cocktail, if your content were a cocktail, what would it be called? It'd be called. Actually, you know what? It just came to me quickly. The conversation starter. That's what the drink would be called. The drink would be called the conversation starter, and I have a little lemon in it because you gotta have that little like lip pucker, right? You gotta have that lip pucker. I think cherry, like some form of sweet cherry, should be good. I want it to be a fruity drink with a hint of spice, not like spicy. Okay, I'm not talking like Ghost Reaper or jalapeno, whatever. I want it to have a bit of a spice, a bit of a zest. I know the lemon is possibly a bit of a zest, but I'm talking like a cinnamon sort of thing, like a cinnamon nutmeg sort of thing. So you have a bunch of fruit that works well together, right? Like no like overpowering the other, just fruit that works together. But it has to be like a lemon. Gotta have that tang, and then you gotta have the sweet to kind of counterbalance that or give it a slightness. Why does this taste like horse piss? No, it doesn't taste like it. No, it won't smell like it either. It'll be very fruity. Fruity Works. Fruity Works, the conversation starter. Yeah, that'll be called. It's the conversation starter. It'll be in a martini glass. Well, what kind of alcohol? I don't know. I would just have the fruit part and then uh let's see, bit of a spice like nutmeg. I would have a alcoholic version and a non-alcoholic version for it, because why? Because I want people to still be able to try it if they don't drink alcohol, because if it still tastes good without the alcohol, or if it tastes good with the alcohol and tastes good without the alcohol, then it's a good drink. And that's what I would want. I would want people to have the good drink. I'd want them to have a really good conversation starter. See how that works? Hey, hey, hey. I outsmarted you all. I'm a genius. Look at me now. Woo! Oh man, I gotta laugh at myself for that one. But yes, I would call it the conversation starter. I would have some lemon in it. I'd have some cherry in it. Now, for alcohol pours, I don't know, whatever alcohol works with the individual, but I'd rather have both instances, alcohol and non-alcoholic. Like, let's see. You can say it all you want, but you know it's true. It would be a little lemon, a little cherry, maybe some orange juice. Maybe some orange juice might be good. Again, nutmeg. I feel like there has to be like allspice or nutmeg, something that gives it that bit of a kick, or cinnamon, right? It needs a bit of a kick, but not like a spicy, like jalapeno spicy. It just needs a small kick to it, like you drink it, and it's like, whoa! I just woke up, man. How did I wake up? Um, if you put alcohol in it, all the fruit stuff would just be would just outdo the alcohol. So you have that too, because fruit drinks can be dangerous. All right, I've heard that from people. Like, fruit drinks can be dangerous. But the point of the matter is though, I'd call it the conversation starter. I'd have some lemon. I'd have some cherry. Had maybe like nutmeg or allspice and some other fruit as well. Just fruit that kind of works together. And I'd keep a alcoholic version and a non-alcoholic version, because why not? Right? Why not? Just get that mixture going. It's gonna be delicious. The non-alcoholic version for me, of course. I don't drink alcohol. But people will be like, "Oh, bet I can make him drink alcohol." No, no, you cannot, and don't try. If you do, you're going to be losing out. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I have come to the reaching point of this part of this part. What was that? I'll ask me, Jeff, how did I get knocked out? Might have something to do with that kick in it. Why did he kick you anyway? He was kicking me all night long. I can't understand why he was kicking me. And I realized my son was a donkey. I'm like, well, hold on. I was thinking, where's my son at? And I realized he was out of town with friends. Like, God dang that kid. I was taking care of donkey this whole time. Anyway, again, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern with Jimmy D. Looking forward to that. And of course, big shout out to all you in chat for coming and being part of tonight's DaraChat solo. You're the real winners here, the real MVP. Oh, hold on. The real MVPs right there. Come on. I had to get it right. You have to get that angle right. Come on. Gotta do that camera work. Woo, yeah! Oh, I make myself laugh and I enjoy it that way. But anyway, that's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern with Jimmy D. And of course, again, any help with the engagement factor, a $70 hat. No, you win nothing. Well, you gotta hold on. You did get a hat, and you gave it to yourself. Congratulations. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Brain fart. Thank you to all who were in chat, whether you were from here from the beginning or just coming in. Much appreciated too. And of course, all those people who watch it on the replay, much appreciated as well. Because why? Because you came to watch a conversation about that anything can happen, right? About that anything can happen. And guess what? I hope you get to enjoy it along the way, like with me. And that's the important part. But anyway, guys, I end the show with a song. Hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on. So I ended with a song called A Moment to a Lifetime. Now, yes, of course, I did use Suno to make it, but the words are my own, with a little help of Claude making the arrangement. So it's words from a poem previous past, and that's the point. However, let's see. However, I do enjoy this song. I made a few other ones too, but this one is one of the ones I really like, and many other have too. So again, this one is called "A Moment to a Lifetime." Thank you again for all being here, even if it was just a conversation about nothing like computers and stuff. I much appreciate you being here. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m. everyone. Have a good one. Bye.
Give me a moment, and I will make a lifetime. Give me a lifetime, and I will make something beyond recognition. Beyond recognition is a desire, a flame born of dreams forward. Yet dreams do not push beyond their scope. A recognition held back by reality. But reality's a dreaming way to come true, and be reality. So what do you wish? What is your desired reality? In truth, maybe not much. In truth, maybe it is. Only you can weave the dreams of wanting reality to form. And then, only then, will you create it. Give me a moment, just a single spark. Watch it catch and carry through the dark. Beyond what you can see, beyond what you can name. Every dream you're holding is a quiet flame. The world will tell you wait, the world will tell you no. But the river moves with those who let it flow. 'Cause reality is a dreaming way to come true, and be reality. So what do you wish? What is your desired reality? In truth, maybe not much. In truth, maybe it is. Only you can weave the dreams of one reality to form. And then, only then, will you create it. A moment to a lifetime to